remember most about it were the minor injuries and mortal fear. This place was the Funhouse at Playland at the beach in San Francisco. I don't remember how old I was when I first went there, but I was old enough to be abandoned to the Funhouse by my parents, a place they thought I would be safe while they roamed the boardwalk. My older brothers and sisters were supposed to be keeping an eye on me after all, but of course, as soon as my parents were gone, my siblings took off in different directions. Laughing Sal was the first obstacle. Somehow I would have to get past her, a demonic laughing automatron with blazing red hair and freckles. Next were the Funhouse mirrors. They made me too fat, too tall, too short, or plain weird. Then there were the attractions inside. These were not the play structures of plastic and rubber that you see tots play on today. There was the tumbling tube of death, a rotating tunnel that somehow you were supposed to walk through. Never mind that your legs were too short and that you were too uncoordinated to get more than halfway before you lost your footing and were tumbled like laundry. Meanwhile, the bigger kids were yelling at you to get out of the way and trampling you as they did acrobatics in the tunnel. Then there was the slide. It stretched all the way up to the ceiling. Somehow you had to climb the narrow, rickety metal stairs, trying not to look down all the way to the top. You sat on your burlap bag and cried. The attendant would give you a push and down you went. The undulations in the slide would make the smaller, lighter kids like myself airborne. You would launch, crash, launch, crash, launch, crash. Usually your burlap bag was gone by the time you got to the bottom. Then there was the undulating bridge, its sections folding up and down while you tried to walk across. Many sneakers got eaten in the process. I can't remember if I ever got all the way across. Finally, there was the worst of all, the spinning disc of death. I forget the actual name of it, but it was like a giant record player. Kids would clamber on and sit in the middle of the disc. The disc would begin to spin, slowly at first, and then faster and faster. There was nothing to hold on to. Gradually, the centrifugal force would begin sucking you to the edge. The disc was scarred with grooves left by countless children's fingernails as they frantically tried to keep from being flung off at high speed. Counterintuitively, there was a rail with some sort of padding that was supposed to prevent injury when you got thrown off, but there was about 3 feet of hard concrete floor between the edge of the disc and the padding. And generally you would hit the concrete floor before you even got to the padding. Certainly these fun houses today would never exist, not in our lawsuit happy world.